Hello, Sanbonan. I hope you're well, that you're in good spirits, and that you're in good health. Today, I'm going to be speaking about mental health. I've spoken quite a bit about mental health in previous videos, and I will continue to do so because it is something that I'm incredibly passionate about. Just creating mental health awareness and encouraging people to seek help, especially men that struggle with depression, with anxiety, with bipolar disorder, bipolar 1 or bipolar 2, or any other mental health disorder. I encourage people to seek help. I encourage people to not feel shame about their condition, but rather to address it, to confront it, to be forthright about it, and to be bold and courageous in dealing with the challenge that one has, and in the form of mental health challenges or disorders. I'll also talk about an idea that is from the book that we're discussing this week, which is The Obstacle is a Way. So I'm going to be sort of combining the two elements, both mental health awareness as well as the lesson that is gleaned from this book, which is The Obstacle is the Way, that we're discussing, by Ryan Holiday. Which is, again, an excellent book, an incredible book. I highly recommend it to anybody who wants to learn how to overcome obstacles, and not only overcome them, but use them to reach their destination, to reach their destiny, to fulfill their destiny, so to speak, right? So I want to talk to you a little bit about my personal journey my personal journey in mental health. Right, and the short of it is that when I was a child, I was sent by my parents to see a psychologist. Right, they probably saw something that was a bit off about me, that they felt as though I needed the help of a therapist. That was when I was a child, and then then I grew up. I had my teenage years. And had no engagement really as far as like my mental health was concerned. But then when I was in varsity for my first year, then my mental health basically collapsed. I began to be incredibly depressed, and it was a terrible experience. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know anything about mental health at that particular moment in time. But I began on the journey of, seeing a therapist again, now as a young person, when I was about 19 years old or so, and started learning about mental health and my diagnosis. Initially, my diagnosis was major depressive disorder, but later on, through speaking and seeking help on a consistent basis, and trying and falling and trying and falling and trying and getting back up and falling and getting back up, eventually I got a diagnosis, which I have at this particular moment in time, which is bipolar 2 disorder. And basically what it means is that you don't necessarily have multiple personalities, right? So when I thought about like bipolar, before I started like learning about it and finding out what it is and what it's about and what it entails, I thought, okay, number one, you're crazy, like crazy people, like that's basically what it is. And then also another sort of idea that I had, which was incorrect, was that if you have bipolar, that you have sort of multiple personalities, like the one day you're this person, the next you're that person, and then the day after that you're like a completely different person, which was again wrong. I now know that that's not necessarily what it means. What it does mean, however, is that when you struggle with bipolar, you experience incredible highs and you experience incredible lows or depressive episodes. And the difference between bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 is that in bipolar 1, the highs are incredibly high. They are manic, which, you can identify and see that, look, this person, like something's going on. And then the depressive episodes are incredibly low. So it's two extremes on both ends for bipolar 1. For bipolar 2, the highs are high, but they're not as high as in bipolar 1. So you have sort of reasonably high levels of energy and creativity and productivity and energy to do things, which is incredible because it's one of the most, thrilling things to be on. It's incredible. You feel as though, it's like you're on top of the world, like you can do anything. You're incredibly creative. You have a number of ideas, a lot of energy, a lot of productivity, which is not abnormally high. It's not suspectfully high. However, the depressive episodes that exist in bipolar 2 disorder are just as bad as with bipolar 1. So that's a little bit about my journey in bipolar, and I've learned a lot, and I'm managing it as best as I can, and I'm moving forward the best way I know how to, and I seek help and I speak, right? So now I want to mention this book. This is the book that we're discussing this week. The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. And basically what I want to share with you is the manner in which I turned the obstacle in accordance with the principle and the idea that is shared in this book, how I turned the obstacle, the challenge that is mental health, into my cause, into my calling, into a mission that I believe in, that I'm passionate about, and it is speaking. It is being a mental health advocate, speaking on different platforms about mental health, encouraging people to get help, encouraging people to not have shame, and encouraging people to stand up and again be forthright and courageous in dealing with the challenge of mental health. So that is a sort of brief history of my journey with bipolar disorder and mental health challenges, as well as the idea that is from this book, and sort of illustration as to how you turn the obstacle into the way that you can take the obstacle, the challenge that life has presented to you, and you can flip it and change it into a cause, into a mission, into a career, into a business even, that could, generate you an income and help you live a more fulfilling life. Yeah, that is it for today. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have an incredible day, a very blessed day, a very light and good for your soul, good for your spirit day that will continue to empower you and feed your heart and your soul.